saw that interview again that you sent me, and it reminded me of what it was like in Germany.
Okay.
That was the standout show on that tour because they just were not having any of us at all.
Okay.
They were just flipping us off the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And like actually, like Sully said in that interview, if you couldn't see them, the people in the back made sure they held their lighters up so you could see their middle finger.
Yeah.
We were just in the way. I mean, it's hard opening up for Sabbath or
Yeah.
like Metallica, or you just get out of the way so we can see the band we came to see.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
And
that
quite
was it. It was good for us though.
yeah, and quite different kind of bands still.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I don't remember that show in particular. Was that with it was Drain STH, right?
Yeah.
From
I
Sweden.
think so.
Yeah. And they were on Ozfest with us as well that year, I believe.
Right.
And so I think it was the three of us on that run over there. Sabbath, us, and Drain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you had already, I think you had already the two drum set thing on that tour going on.
Yes. Yeah,
I
that
think
kind of came right from the beginning.
Okay.
And in the very beginning, Sully would just have like a little couple timbales off to the side, a cymbal or whatnot. And then later, I think after I left, then they actually worked out something where they had two separate risers that moved around.
Somehow that stick to my mind because of course not many bands have done that kind of thing. So
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I think we were. I don't think that was really happening anywhere else at the time, at
Yeah.
least. And it was a big part. It was always a big part of the show for people.
Yeah.
Everybody always liked it.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't know anything about you either. Like when I went to was the Sabbath thing, but then I remember that I remember that somehow I like they got some kind of like a earworm memory of that, which turned out to be the Awake song, this "I'm Alive" kind of thing. I remember like there was that thing which stuck into my head, and then later I was trying to find out like what is this song, and I remember this "I'm Alive" kind of thing, and trying to like using some Alta Vista or some kind of like
Right.
ancient search machine, and then eventually I found out that it was the Awake song,
Oh,
which
nice.
I guess wasn't even released in '99, or maybe the single was already out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that might have been the first single, but their record didn't come out until 2000, right? I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. So also Bill Ward was on that, the original Black Sabbath lineup. Did you kind of get to hang out with the Black Sabbath guys as a band?
Yeah, I talked to Bill several times. I was a little nervous being around them, honestly, because they were, clearly heroes of mine and us, and I was a little nervous. I mean, I don't think we actually spoke to Ozzy until like the very end of the run. He was kind of off to himself, but I didn't even want to bother the guy. I was just so, I don't know. I was, obviously a huge fan. But Bill was great, and I was really excited that the entire band was there at that lineup, because
Yeah,
that's the lineup that I know from when I'm growing up.
exactly.
I remember going to it was a garage sale when I was a kid, and seeing this record, Master of Reality, not knowing what it was, and I think I paid 50 cents for it. And
Okay.
I got that thing home, and it changed my life. I'd never heard anything like that. Still to this day, I think that record holds up, and
Yeah,
that's like for me, that's probably one of the best Sabbath records out there.
yeah, yeah. I remember from that show. In addition to remember you actually also playing there. You didn't have hair back then. Now you have hair though.
Yeah, yeah. I always shaved it back then. I just found it much easier to deal with. And then eventually, I figured I'd let it grow again and see what happens.
Yeah.
I keep
Right.
I keep threatening that I'll just shave it off again.
Okay. Yeah. It kind of became your trademark kind of thing, I guess.
Mm.
To like,
Oh,
like
yeah. Well, it wasn't because I was losing my hair. I just found
right.
it much easier to deal with.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yeah. I remember from that show, like, because of course it was kind of like, I think it was the reunion of the Black Sabbath or those times, and then it was long time before, like there was a break when Ozzy wasn't in Black Sabbath. So I think I remember like when I saw Ozzy there, the way he stands there, I kind of memorized it to my, like, to my retina eyes, to have the Ozzy
Yeah,
standing there, like, a living legend there. But of course eventually then
yeah.
after that he still, kicked around over 20 years, which I had no idea, because it already looked like he was a little bit like older
Right,
and kind of thing like this thing, but still.
right. Yeah, I remember back then, and that's, we're talking over 25 years ago.
Yeah,
He kind of seemed frail back then.
yeah, it did.
But I mean, look, that was a life well lived and
Yeah,
to the fullest extent. So yeah, those were great times. That was such a great time being able to see them every night. What a show.